Hello and welcome. It's The Chats. My name is Manny. In a moment, you'll meet a man who put on his father's shoes and they matched exactly. And since then, he's been who he is. Meet my guest.
Born in 1959 in Enugu, Old Anambra State, Anthony Adekojo Williams, famously known as Kojo Williams, is the former chairman of the Nigerian Football Association (NFA), now called the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF), and he's also a fitness enthusiast. Kojo Williams grew up in Abeokuta and Ibadan under the tutelage of his father, Chief Sebastian Babatunde Williams, popularly known as S.B. Williams. A sports-loving business mogul and philanthropist, he attended Omolewa Nursery and Primary School in Ibadan and St. Peter's College, Abeokuta, Ogun State. He thereafter left the country for England for his A-levels and then moved to Germany, where he obtained a diploma in commerce and trade. Before his appointment as chairman of NFA in 1999, Kojo was the managing director of the Gale Wind Limited, the first official marketing football company for the association. Between 1989 and 1994, he was also a member of the technical team tasked to build the Nigerian national team. From 1998 to 2010, Kojo was an active member of the football governing body, FIFA. He was also a member of the ad hoc committee responsible for restructuring African football administration under the Confederation of African Football (CAF). Presently, he serves as the chairman of the Football College of Excellence and Avery Atlantic, entities commissioned with delivering vigorous youth development in football and sports generally. Kojo is also a deep spiritual thinker, a passionate reader, and a lover of cars. Just like his father, he is also keenly interested in giving back to his society, although he does not like to publicize it.
Kojo Williams, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
I said earlier on that you put on your father's shoes.
Yes.
And they fit precisely.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about your father, S.B. Williams. a huge personality.
Yeah.
And, you know, you fit into those shoes quite early in life.
Yeah.
What do you make of your father?
He was a man that was, like I always say, he was someone that was totally ahead of his time in everything. He was my best friend.
Let's even talk about your early days. You know, when your father was bringing you up, you went to school, and what did you want to become at that stage? Did you know what you wanted?
Honestly, I kept telling my dad I wanted to be a pilot.
You did?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you became what you are today, you know, some sort of a businessman, you know. But before then, what did you do as soon as you finished your education?
I worked, you see, there were two aspects of when I finished my education. I also went to the military school for 2 years, which
you did?
Yes, I did, in England.
Are you saying this for the first time?
Well, people don't know what I did. I was in a military school. I was in an academy for 2 years. And I specialized in fire protection engineering. And that really gave me a lot of discipline. You know, that was very tough.
Yeah, but the job, so to speak, that brought you into prominence here in Nigeria.
It's football.
It's football.
Yeah. And I've always been a football. The thing about football is this. Sports generally. I've always been a sports person from school.
No, but I mean, football, yes. But your father was a great lover of football.
He was.
In fact, S.B. Williams.
Yeah, but our family, we're a real sports family. You know, he was a great lover of football. He was an athlete in school, in St. Gregory's College. Yeah, his other brother was in King's College, Lagos. They were all athletes. They were all footballers. His other brother, Frank, Mensah was also a fantastic footballer. So it's a football family. I played football as well.
Not at a competitive level.
No, not at the competitive level, but at school level I did. And I managed all my school teams from very, very early stage, from when I was in Form 2.
Right.
I was the one managing the senior boys.
Really?
Yeah. I managed them at that level from my second, third form, actually.
Wow, that must have put you in good stead for the post of a NFA Chairman.
Yeah.
At the age of 39.
Yeah.
Tell me about your days in the NFA. When you first got appointed, was it something you wanted to do, or somebody?
Yeah, and I always remember.
You didn't love it for it.
I was already a member of FIFA.
Yeah.
Becoming a member of FIFA before I became the FA Chairman. I was already in the FIFA committee. I'd served for like 2 years before getting in as the FA. And before that, I had managed. I was the first person, my company, I actually set up the first marketing company for sports marketing, the whole sports marketing in Nigeria. And I remember I was the one that set up all the sponsorship deals for the national team, including equipment then. That was in 1993. 92, 93. In those days, the NFA used to go and buy jerseys from Kojo, these Bush jerseys. And
you don't mean it.
Oh, yeah. I had to change everything. I changed it. That was 1993. And I faced a lot of stiff
opposition. To the World Cup finals.
Yeah. And I actually arranged the first international friendly with Sweden then. All in combination with the sponsorship deals and all that. 1992 to 93. From 1992.
What was your father then?
He was, at the point, he was chairman of the National Sports Commission.
Okay.
And he and the late Admiral Icom were very close. And my dad was pumping a lot of money into the national side. Not only
I understand he paid the first 2 years' salary of West.
Yeah, he bought Westhoff and Bonfrey. He paid their salaries for 2 years. All the traveling expenses of the national players, the national team, hotel expenses, traveling, different things, allowances. He would sort it out. He used to do it.
How did he make his money?
Remember, he was a very quiet person, but he was the biggest defense contractor in Nigeria for a good 30 years. He built like 85% of the frigates and fighters, Arado and the others for the Navy.
That's how he made his money.
Yeah.
Okay, 10%. So,
10%, yeah.
I saw an outburst of you, about corruption in the NFA.
Yes.
What was it like in your time?
It was really bad, but it's even worse now. But the major reason why they had to get rid of me was the fact that I refused. I remember when the budget, they came up to me. Have you ever seen where someone tells you, hey, listen, the ministry tells you, your budget is 2 billion or 2.5 billion, for example. But they want 90% of it. And they're just going to give you 10% to work with. And they want you to sign it off. And you're telling them, no way, that's not going to work. To the extent that, I said, all right, it's not even a problem. We can work with 80%. You guys can keep the 20% and do whatever you want to do with it. Never. You must go.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Precisely what happened?
That's what happened. Did anything change from there then till now? Nothing has changed. It even got worse. So
just let me into what
the league. The league is worse off today, and honestly, I started watching the league in this country from as like I told you, from age 7 plus.
Yes.
So nobody's going to tell me about what the standards of the league. So when you see some guy come years down that never understood, that never had the foundation of the game, come to tell you, and doesn't have the genuine passion to move the game forward.
You need the passion.
Yeah.
in the
Once
industry.
the passion is not there, and now these guys don't have the passion. What they're after is that conduit pipe, because that's what football and sports generally is, a conduit pipe where they use to siphon money from government. So when they come, they get upset. If they meet someone that truly understands the game and wants the game to move forward, they're going to turn against that person. And that's exactly what I went through.
Is that
Because, for example, how would you come later? If my dad was paying Bonfrey when he came with West Half $3,000, $5,000 a month, and then you come back years after and tell me you want to pay him, you want to give him $450,000 sign-on fee, and you want to pay him $45,000 a month, I got to question that, the difference. But they did that. They fought it. They wanted it. And they got it because of the lapses in system.
right? Okay.
So you can understand all the things I had to go through. So I know exactly what it takes. I know that, listen, this guy is not, how would you pay a coach a sign-on fee, for example? Especially someone that had actually worked here before. You want to give him $450,000? And secondly, you want to pay him $45,000 a month. Someone that was on $4,000 a month at the point in time, let's even say there would have been an increment. Not.
So, but hang on, that was the heydays of the Super Eagles.
Yes.
The high flying period of the Eagles.
The 92, 93, 94 side. Yeah. That's the best side. Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what could have gone wrong then with the administration? They must have been doing something right. Because I mean...
No, you mean the 94 team?
Yeah.
We built the 94 team. The 94 team was built around my old man and Kojo. It wasn't... it was a one-off thing. They single-handedly took it over and built it. And we gave them all the logistics.
So when...
So if do you think if we had allowed our national team, the best team we've ever had in this country, if do you think they would have achieved that if it was handled by the ministry?
So what made it slump? I mean, from the fifth position,
of course, changing government, the fifth best team in the world, number 5. And basically what happened was, with time, changing government and interest and all of that. So
I know you're one of those asking for Pinnick, to leave as NFF, chairman.
Yeah.
Why are you asking for him to leave?
Yeah, because he's not been able, I've always supported him. I'm very disappointed he's not met the standards. And he joined a group of characters there, and all they've done is to run the game down. We don't have a league anymore. I have nothing against Pinnick or anybody, any one of them. But sincerely speaking, they have run the game down. They have to go out of there. You see, what is happening now is the game itself, it's all politicized. It's all politicized. It's all about, presidency and this and that. Come on, that's not football.
What do you think over Samson's yes matter?
Honestly speaking, I don't know what really happened. But if FIFA has come up with that, then they must have carried out thorough investigation. And these are the things I keep saying about football management and development. You have to be very careful. And when you get yourself, you soil your hands, fingers, in the aspect of the game, that's what you get. It's not Nigeria anymore. It's bigger than Nigeria. You understand me? That's at the international level. So we have to be very careful.
Did you work at any time with Amos Adamu?
Amos Adamu. Yeah, I did.
What did you find in his administration?
He's one of the key problems. One of the guys that killed the game.
Really?
Yeah, Amos Adamu killed it, but Nigeria promoted him. It means we have a lot of question marks in Nigeria.
Okay.
Now,
so
the man killed the game, but Nigerian system took him up there. And what happened to him at the end of the day? At the world level, he was exposed.
You pick a question and answer the question.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
What was the biggest lesson your father taught you? Is it relevant to your kids today? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a good question?
Very good question.
Well, let's hear the answer then.
The biggest lesson my father taught me was to always be truthful, forthright in anything you do. You don't compromise. You know it? You say the truth. Always keep to the truth. Don't you ever compromise. And that's what I always tell my kids. And I'm very, very comfortable with them because I know...
Do you live with your kids?
Of course, I beg your pardon.
Do they live with you?
Of course, yes.
Oh,
You think I am? Of course, they knew I brought them up.
The house is a bit quiet.
And they're my best friends.
Really?
Yeah. They're lovely kids, lovely guys and girls. So, yeah. I'm a good father.
So what I haven't said otherwise.
I'm a very proud dad.
Yeah?
I used to do all their shopping for them. From when they were little kids, their Pampers, everything. I did everything for them.
Really?
Yeah. The things mothers normally do, I was the one doing it.
When you turned 60, what did you decide not to do?
Not to get upset sometimes, you know the things, the little things that gets you upset. It doesn't bother me anymore.
As the NFA chairman then, what was your biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge was not being able to turn things around the way I wanted it. Genuinely.
No, but you couldn't have done that in 3 months.
No, you couldn't have. But they impeached, they claimed they impeached me or whatever. So how could I have done it? Do you know I've done so much work. I put in a lot of blueprint, a lot of work in the period of 4 or 5 years, to put everything in proper perspective. And then these guys come overnight because of their selfishness and greed, just turn it around.
What have you got to say about sports betting in Nigeria?
We abuse things here.
I agree.
And even in Europe, they're looking at how to legislate sports betting, and get away, the influence, the impact, the influence, negative influence it has on the society. And then here, where we don't have proper regulations yet, all these things are coming up. I have a lot of problems with it. It's not good for the society. It's not.
Especially for the young ones, isn't it?
It's going to destroy them. But unfortunately, our leaders don't care. Unfortunately, they don't care. And who are the people that are all involved? And is it intertwined, one way or the other? No questions, no regulations. See guys waking up in the morning, drink and play that stuff, hoping to get something. Serious exploitation. Total degradation. It will destroy the society.
Come on, as a Nigerian, you must have your views about politics in Nigeria. What do you think?
I'm not impressed at all.
Is that why you didn't go into politics,
No,
or you're still
I cannot.
hoping to go into?
Go and sit with whom? With these guys that have messed it. There's no truth. 85% of Nigerian politicians are not genuine. They're liars. And it's been like that from the 60s or the 50s. And then they play tribal politics. It's a lie. Let me tell you one thing they do. They'll tell you that, some people are marginalized or whatever. But the same guys, every night, will have the same type of women, share money together, jam together, do everything together. The next day they're out there telling Nigerians, this one is Igbo or Yoruba. They don't like it.
And you're never in their midst, are you?
No.
All right.
Not at all. Because we'll fight.
You avoid them.
I do. And really, let me tell you, these so-called politicians don't have the interest of the people at heart at all. It's all about their pockets.
Everybody's saying it, but nobody's doing anything about it.
Yeah, because they're bloody cowards. And then because a lot of them still go back and collect peanuts from them. So they throw peasants at them. You just take this and shut up. And then they go, yes, sir.
So what do you think about, the social media?
Well, The social media, I'm not involved. The only part of social media you get me is WhatsApp. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. And I'm not on, what do you call that thing? Instagram? No. You know, our parents have a thing they say that Wirialasho, you know, you have a lot of mad people on that thing, passing comments and say, you know, and then you sit down and listen to them, or you interchange with them.
So what do you do when you see your children, you know, browsing and all of that? Because,
I laugh at them. I tell them, you're joining these people? These guys are not normal. What are you doing with them? Yeah, but you know, that's their generation. But really, that needs to be regulated here. We need to regulate it. It has its good sides, positive side, but the negative side is more. You know how we react to things here. We abuse things here. It's really scary. Is this the same social media that they have all these interchanges with men and women meeting and some kill them and get away with all sorts of rubbish? Is it the same social media that people post what they have, the cars and houses, and giving this youth's false impression about life, or designer outfits, and some guys with different boxes, suitcases, designer suitcases and shoes, and displaying, you know, opulence that is not true. And these kids say they want to do the Yahoo stuff, or what do they call it? They want to make money overnight.
Let's imagine that, you know, we are casting you away to a desert for 10 days.
Yeah.
What items would you take along? 5?
5 items?
Yeah.
First, I'll take water.
Yeah.
I need water.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need soap.
Okay.
My toothpaste, brush. What else will I need? Then I'm going to need my Bible.
Oh, you?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to need my Bible.
So your Bible reading.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's interesting.
I read the Bible every day.
Yeah.
So I'll have my Bible. What else? How many items have I chosen now? Toothbrush, soap, 4. So my Bible, yeah. So the Bible. And then what will I take again? Food.
Food.
Yeah.
You eat.
But how many? 5 days?
Yeah, not 5 days. You know, maybe 2 weeks.
No. Well, I'll need something to eat. If it was 5 days, I can do without food.
Oh, do you fast?
Yeah, I just have water.
Do you fast?
Yeah, I do.
A lot?
I do, yeah.
Why do you fast?
I do. Spiritual cleansing. Discipline. Calms you down.
Has anything ever made you, you know, sad? That is, overwhelmed you, that you almost cried?
A lot of things I don't want to tell you because I don't want you to know the weaker side of me.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, share it with me.
You know,
we are
this
friends.
is the weaker side of me.
Yeah.
When I see people suffer, or they talk about the pains, in all genuineness, it makes me shed tears. I don't like people suffering. I don't like it.
What do you do in that instance when you see people suffering, so to speak?
I try to find a solution, but if they're far away from me, there's nothing I can do. But the immediate ones around me, I go out of my way to see how I can get the pains off them. But it's not only by material stuff. The spiritual side also plays a right way where you could talk and you can relate to them and give them that love, transfer the love to them and let them come out of it. Love is not just the love of jamming a woman, it's deeper than that. Loving your neighbor as yourself is very key. And,
what has been the highest point of your life?
I can't really say.
Every point in your life is quite high, isn't it?
I'm telling you.
I like that. On a high note, let's end this program. Thank you, Kojo, for being on the program. I've enjoyed the pleasure of your company. Thanks a lot. It's been Kojo Williams on The Chat. I am Manny. See you next time.
Thank you, Manny.
The Chat is produced by Channels Television. You can watch it again online. Just visit our social media platforms: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook.